These are the 7 animals with the most depressing love lives, creatures whose emotional bonds run so deep that losing a partner can change everything about the way they live, behave, and even survive. In the natural world, love isn't just a feeling. For some species, it's a biological foundation. It drives their routines, shapes their families, and holds entire social structures together. But when that bond breaks, what happens next can be shocking. Some animals isolate themselves, withdrawing completely from their group. Others stop eating, stop moving, or fall into a level of stress their bodies cannot handle. What looks like silence or stillness is often something far more tragic, a heartbroken creature slowly shutting down. And for certain species, loneliness isn't just sad, it's deadly. Number 1, swans. Among the many creatures shaped by devotion, swans are one of the most remarkable. Their entire lives revolve around forming a bond that is meant to last forever. When a swan chooses a mate, it isn't a casual partnership. It's a commitment that can span decades. They search carefully, sometimes for months, before settling on a partner whose movements, behaviors, and instincts align with their own. And once that bond is made, their lives become intertwined. Synchronized flights, shared territory, and the long, patient work of building nests and raising cygnets together. But the depth of this partnership also reveals a painful truth. When one swan dies, the surviving partner doesn't simply grieve, it undergoes a profound emotional collapse. Many withdraw from their flock, choosing isolation over social interaction. Some wander alone for weeks, returning to the places they once visited with their mate. Others stop feeding regularly, losing weight as their routines disintegrate. Over time, their health declines under the weight of stress and heartbreak. Biologists call this bereavement behavior, but the reality is more human than scientific. These birds do not quickly seek another partner. Some never seek one at all. Their bond, once broken, becomes a wound that never fully heals. For swans, love is not just a partnership. It is a lifelong identity. And when half of that identity disappears, the other half often struggles to survive. Number 2, elephants. Elephants are among the most emotionally complex animals on Earth. Their families are built on deep trust, shared responsibility, and constant physical connection. Calves rarely leave their mother's side, and adults rely on the steady presence of their herd for safety and stability. Every movement they make, migrating, feeding, resting, happens as a unified group. But when that family bond is broken, the consequences can be devastating. A young elephant separated from its herd often experiences extreme stress almost immediately. It calls out, wanders, and refuses food even when it's placed directly in front of it. Rescue centers around the world have documented calves who simply lie down and give up, their bodies overwhelmed by panic and loneliness. Even adults show signs of grief that mirror human mourning. Some touch the bones of lost relatives, others stay beside a deceased family member for hours or days, refusing to leave. This emotional shock isn't symbolic, it's physiological. The stress hormones in their bodies spike so high that their health collapses, sometimes fatally. For elephants, family isn't just companionship, it's survival, and without it, even the strongest giants can fall. Number 3, penguins. Penguins are often portrayed as cute and clumsy, but behind their charm lies a level of loyalty that can be unexpectedly tragic. Many penguin species form strong seasonal bonds, returning to the same partner year after year. Together they take on brutal Antarctic winds, long fasting periods, and the dangerous task of raising a single chick in a world where survival is never guaranteed. But when that bond breaks when a partner or chick is lost, the emotional impact can be severe. Some penguins refuse to leave the site where their mate last stood, calling repeatedly into the empty air. Others wander away from the colony entirely, isolating themselves from the group's protection. Many lose interest in food, standing motionless for hours as if waiting for something familiar to return. The loss of a chick can be just as devastating. Parents have been observed guarding empty nests, refusing to abandon them even in worsening weather. Some continue the motions of care long after the chick is gone, a behavior scientists describe as grief repetition. For penguins, love and partnership are survival strategies, and when that partnership is shattered, some simply don't recover. Number 4, prairie voles. Prairie voles may be tiny, but their capacity for attachment is extraordinary. They are one of the few mammals that form lifelong monogamous bonds. Once a prairie vole chooses a partner, their brains release oxytocin and vasopressin, the same chemicals that govern human attachment. locking them into a deep emotional connection. They build nests together, share food, and stay side by side almost constantly. But when that bond is broken, the consequences are dramatic. If one vole dies or is removed, the surviving partner often suffers a collapse in both behavior and health. They become lethargic, stop eating regularly, and spend long periods motionless. Their stress hormones rise sharply, their immune system weakens, and many eventually die if they don't form another bond, something many refuse to do. Scientists study prairie voles because their response to loneliness closely mirrors human grief more than that of almost any other animal. Brain scans show changes that resemble depression, anxiety, and emotional withdrawal. For prairie voles, love is not symbolic, it is biological, and losing that bond can be fatal. Number 5. Rabbits. Rabbits may seem fragile and quiet, but their emotional bonds run far deeper than most people realize. In the wild and in captivity, rabbits form strong pair bonds, grooming each other, eating together, sleeping side by side, and relying on one another for a sense of safety. A bonded rabbit doesn't just enjoy companionship, it depends on it to feel secure and stable. When one rabbit from a bonded pair dies or is suddenly separated, the surviving partner often experiences immediate stress. They search the home or enclosure, refusing to settle. Their grooming habits collapse, and many stop eating, which is extremely dangerous for rabbits. Even a short period without food can trigger gastrointestinal stasis, a life-threatening condition where the digestive system shuts down entirely. Stress makes it happen faster. Some rabbits sit motionless in corners, others pace, and many show clear signs of depression. If the bond was powerful, the surviving rabbit can decline so quickly that even emergency care can't reverse the damage. For rabbits, companionship isn't optional. It's a lifeline, and when that lifeline disappears, some simply fade with it. Number 6. Lovebirds. Lovebirds may be small, but their emotional world is enormous. When they choose a partner, it becomes the center of their daily life. They eat together, groom each other, call to each other constantly, and refuse to be apart even for a moment. This bond isn't symbolic, it's a deep biological attachment wired into their instincts. But when that bond breaks, the change is immediate and heartbreaking. A surviving lovebird often begins pacing or calling relentlessly, searching for its lost companion. Their feathers become unkempt as they stop grooming, one of the clearest signs of emotional decline in birds. Many lose their appetite, eating only small amounts, or refusing food altogether. Over days or weeks, the stress can weaken their immune system and lead to rapid health deterioration. Even when offered a new partner, some lovebirds simply don't accept another bond. They remain fixated on the absence of the one they lost, repeating old behaviors, waiting for a response that never comes. Scientists call it pair bond grief. Anyone who has seen it simply calls it heartbreaking. Number 7. Rhesus monkeys. Rhesus monkeys are highly social animals, and their survival depends on constant physical and emotional connection. From the moment they are born, infants cling to their mothers, literally holding onto their fur for warmth, comfort, and a sense of safety. This bond is not optional, it is the foundation of their development. When that bond is removed, the outcome can be catastrophic. Famous behavioral studies showed that infant rhesus monkeys given food and water but denied emotional comfort quickly began to deteriorate. They curled into themselves, avoided movement, and displayed signs of extreme distress. Many refused to eat, and some died despite having everything they needed physically. Even adults suffer when isolated from their group. Rhesus monkeys rely on social grooming, touch, and communication to maintain emotional stability. When separated, stress hormones surge, immune systems weaken, and their behavior becomes erratic, pacing, hiding, or rocking back and forth for comfort. Prolonged isolation can lead to fatal health decline. For rhesus monkeys, loneliness isn't just sadness, it is a biological crisis, one their bodies cannot endure for long. Across the animal kingdom, love takes many forms, but for some species it's far more than emotion. It's structure, stability, and survival itself. From lifelong bonds to family networks to inseparable partnerships, these 8 animals show us that connection is deeply woven into life. And when that connection is broken, the impact can be devastating. We often think of heartbreak as a human experience, something tied to our own complexity. But swans that isolate after a loss, elephants that mourn in silence, prairie voles whose bodies shut down from grief, and rabbits that stop eating when their partner is gone, all remind us that emotions exist far beyond our world. Loneliness can break the strongest creatures, grief can silence the most resilient hearts, and love, even in its most fragile form, has the power to shape life itself. These stories aren't meant to be tragic. They're a reminder: connection matters, to animals and to us.